Good day and welcome to episode 9 of my first attempt in beating the Exile DLC. We're today fresh in Leningrad and we're reconnoitering the place and seeing where the things will bring us. I don't know how much longer we will be running, but at some point we will fight our enemy. What did I find here? A repurposed Datsun. Unexpectedly, here's a Buddhist temple with painted doors and stained glass windows, but the paint is peeling and most of the windows have been boarded up. A certain Red Army battalion commander has taken the place over, supposedly for storage, but those of us who know the passwords are permitted to join in stern ceremonies before the scarred face of the Buddha. That's a very, very weird way. Okay, so we're getting a deeper kernel meditation by doing this, and we can't be consecrated twice. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to start this meditation, and this is going to be another upgrade for my attack, and this should be noticeable at some point. I have a lot of allies. I feel pretty powerful at this point, but with this feeling, there might be coming foolishness. So a second underworld connection opportunity. I don't know why I should do that. What I need is some logistics, some place to start my operations from. Although I feel like Leningrad has offered me all I wanted, so the colonel's names. That sounds fierce. So I'm now having a stronger attack. The colonel has been many things in many ages. He's blind, he's deaf, he cannot be wounded, he cannot be denied. His names are cunning as only the very old can be. So we're now having a real multi-tool here available, which is cool. I acquired myself some Dawn. Let's use that on the Defiance Temptation and keep reconnoitering Leningrad. Created my first trace, but little do I care. Oh, that was the wrong temptation. Oops, I didn't want to create rage. Well, seems like we're stuck for 5 more minutes here. It's okay. Freezing winds. Alright. Let's see. Mainly, I'm looking for something I want to have here in this town. The Colonel's Shrine already was a very good thing to go. A quiet warehouse. I could use that with my underworld connections. Let's do that. Because I don't really fear the Reckoners that much anymore. So run a counterfeiting operation. Okay, what can I do apart from that? Forge aspect cards would be necessary, so I could use cash to do that. Stolen years, but I don't want to implore stolen years at this point. So let's try that. I mean, I have already 6 forge aspect on me in this operation. That's a good start. So I keep my connection to the underworld. Nice. It starts to dawn on me the many things I did wrong at the beginning of the run. So hammer and anvil. We're having 4 units of forge available. Let's go for the adept's powder. That stuff seems to be a very good implement for my trade. A radical connection. That's good. I'm going to keep that if I need it. I found myself some vitality. Don't know what I should use that for, but nice to have after all. I don't have too many other forge aspect items, I just noticed, sadly. Medical credentials, they're not forge items after all. Okay. So, how to put up 12 forge here in the end? Rage is having hard aspects, so that doesn't work here. The underworld connections won't be having forge aspects. The radicals, they would be a forge aspect, but to get the radicals on my side, I would need another investment of years, and right now, that's exactly what I would like to avoid. But you know, I could just toss in more cash and increase the forge. Yeah, let's do this. Because the implements don't get used up unless the game tells you so. So I'll get the money back. I just use it now to make more money. An official connection. Overall, I get a lot of connection opportunities here in Leningrad, and I could really just easily kill off the Reckoner here. I just stay here because I have the rage still on me, basically. There's a discreet office available. I could really start running several operations at once by now. It's pretty impressive. I've came quite far. So they're searching now for me. And I bring up 12 aspect with 12 forge. That's all I need. They're hesitant. Wonderful. I like hesitant enemies. There's some sunset. Let's use the escape temptation on that though. Don't want to accidentally pin myself even longer with that rage. So we have some tranquility. It's always nice as well. But apart from that, I think I'm going to scout out a new place because I really don't have a clue what I would want in Leningrad any longer. Mainly because I already found the Colonel's Shrine that quickly. Because I felt like this was the main point of interest in this area here. So the counterfeiting operation is done. I'm having a second tranquility card, so if I ever need winter or hard aspects, I'm really well prepared here. That's at least something, you know. And the fog fire point. So that would be another end of the world spot. But I'm not interested. I don't feel ready yet to fight my foe. We're getting closer to the point, but I'm not there yet. I don't really know what I actually would need, but something deep inside me tells me it's not enough yet. So let's sell off the other assets here. Nizhny Novgorod. Alright. Zushkin of the Athenians has kept his import-export operation in Nizhny running, but it's difficult under the Soviets. His people there might be glad of my help. We're going to go to Novgorod. So, oh, that's another remote spot. So, but since there's another Colonel Shrine there, I really want to go there. I do have the cash I need for this operation, so I don't mind. And the Reckoners are sending reinforcements anyway, so it's about time to pack my bags and go. Okay. So they're just sending a little minion to begin with. I'm not too scared about these people anymore. So they're making a hostile move. Is there anybody on my followers who's close to a promotion? No. Going to send Lala because her level is that low. I could attack him with the colonel's names, but it's actually not really worth my effort. I really want to try, if I can kill the next time, one of the underlords they send after me. But, well, not yet. So there goes another hostile move. I'm going to send Jennings, or no. Let's send the Baker. And there we go. Goodbye, my little friend. We're going to see each other soon. Let's see. Did Dominicus get the experience? No. That would have been a little bit unfair, I'd say. So, my stay in Leningrad was really short. I was very surprised about that. Zushkin's people are wary, but one claps me on the shoulder when I mention my pursuers. He says something filthy about reckoners that I pretend not to be offended by. Alright, so we start Novgorod with an obscurity and another underworld connection, and I'm immediately starting to reconnoiter this town because I want to find the Colonel's shrine, because this would be another upgrade for my attack. A good thing to do. And apart from that, I just hope to get a building offer quite soon. Well, a radical connection, I don't really need that to begin with. Okay. So we're starting to get more routine here. There's a discreet office. Well, with a discreet office, I could be running a doctor's practice. Yeah, let's do this. Because I have the resources to do so. I don't have enough tranquility cards as of now, but it's a good start. And it's always some increase in money to do so. Okay, so we're bringing up more hard. Do I have anybody of my followers who's really good in that? Jennings, right? So, or no, I'm not going to use Jennings here. I'm going to use that one card of tranquility I have and then put Jennings into the operations. So there we go. So this way I have the 12 units of heart I need right away. And I can't just let that operation run like I want it to. The Scarred Lodge. In a burned out hunting lodge at the edge of town, charred bone has been carved into chess pieces and a chessboard scored in the stone of the hearth. Alright, that's quite troublesome. So... my tranquility is stopping me from doing anything here. Okay, I disrupted myself here by doing this. Yeah, well. And there go the Reckoners again. It's okay. I wanted to fight them anyway, so here goes my chance. Alright, so this operation will be lasting some time longer, but I don't feel too threatened here. So the Reckoners are now getting their first person on me. I should reconnoiter Novgorod further. So there goes the last challenge. And an opportunity to purchase a quiet warehouse. I'm not sure if I really want to do that. Because at this point, it seems to me that staying in this town is not really a thing I want to do. After I have cleared the Scarred Lodge. So, offer for medical credentials. Not too interested, thanks. So, they uncovered another trace of mine. That's okay, though. I can live with that, for sure. So they're digging out my obscurity again, what a shame. I'm going to sell off that discreet office here, because it has overcome its use. Freezing winds, that's something I can use against the Reckoner. And we're going to send some letters from Nizhny. Let's see where it'll lead us. Okay, I'm losing the connections with the radicals, but I don't need them. I have the underworld connections if I really want to kill somebody. That's all I need. So there goes the cash. And we're going to increase the value of my attack. My obscurities are getting eaten up. So if I really want to solve the game with the escape temptation, I really need to leave a town whenever the Reckoners hit the town. Basically, that's the only way I can imagine how to do this. The Wounded Moon Lake. So, deep in the taiga forest of Siberia, a hunting lodge decays gracefully into an ice-blue lake. A lake, it's said, that a falling moon fragment scarred from the forest. It's another remote place. And, I don't want to end there. Because, the Wounded Moon Lake is another ending point of the game. And like I said before, I don't feel like I'm there yet. So obviously we need the underworld connection we gathered right away. Or we started with it, it's nothing new. So, the Iron Forms. So, what's that now? 7 times 7 techniques for the sundering of flesh. This sounds pretty nasty at this point, so let's see. I'm going to use that on my pursuer right away, because I don't want to risk him either. He would call reinforcements, but it's we're not going to reach that point where you're able to call reinforcements, friend. So there we go. The Iron Forms get have a way lower cooldown there. Now I'm absolutely sure about that one. So Sverdlovsk is also very far away. Zulfia the Barber used to buy life from me with jewels in the city of Sverdlovsk. So that's the name. She's turned strange and moved on to another city, but she introduced me to some of her contacts back before the Civil War. I don't have too much interest in that place too. So why do I keep discovering places that I don't want to travel to? Alright. So we finished off that Reckoner, but more of them are coming. They're not giving up, aren't they? So there has to be a less remote place there. Stalingrad, there we want to go. The criminal adepts called the Bird Eaters have set their faces against the laws of both men and menses. I heard that Zulfia the Barber had joined them in Stalingrad. The Bird Eaters are not good people, but I always liked Zulfia. Alright. So Russia is pretty costly, gotta say. Alright, onwards we go. Well, I'm going to reconnoiter Nizhny a little bit longer. Maybe I'm going to uncover something I want to have. My traveling takes quite some time now, because I'm having so many things here that I need to pack up before I can go. So they want to steal or sabotage me, but I'm already gone. Bye-bye. You can keep the corpse of your buddy, friend. And looking at the clock, I noticed that I'm dealing with the town every 10 minutes, so I actually became more effective. That's good. So next up will be discovering some more weaknesses of my foe. That would be really good. The bird eater's lair in a burned out church. I'm certain I see a great serpent shining like wet leather slither away through the rubble as I approach, but Sophia and the others insist that it was nothing. Alright, so we start here with some obscurity. Midnight in Stalingrad. Everywhere statues of the Georgian radiate a avuncular menace across the moonlit street. Man, doesn't sound great. So we're going to reconnoiter the town, and I'm going to talk with Sophia, because I'm pretty sure that she has some job for me. They always have a job for me when they're sitting in town. And I'm going to have an opportunity to maybe fully upgrade my skill. So, Sophia fastens on me eagerly. I want you in the wood, she insists. Bring me what you find to drink below the knot-wing knot. Alright. So, she's as I thought, a moth person, so we're going to go into the knot-wing knot nest. There is a dark wood that presses against the windows of the sleeping mind. There is a nest in the branches woven of black silk and white hair. Sophia has prepared a feast to take me there tonight, and inked something on the skin of my back, which she claims is a map I must not see. I love those moth aspect things. They're always so crazy in a funny way. So I'm going to use the painting here, because I can imagine that 8 ranks of moth influence might come in handy in this adventure. Who knows? I have a certain feeling that this might come in handy. I'm also getting a new moth impression here, which I can probably use for something. And already creating a new trace. A discreet office is nothing I want to take right now, because I could only produce more money out of stolen years with that, and right now I'm not too interested in investing stolen years anymore. I want to keep them as long as I can. I don't know yet what I'm going to do with them, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be useful. So we have winter and grail aspects going on here as well. So since I don't have any proper personnel for grail operations, I'm going to bring a strong winter aspect here. Or, well, do I have somebody with grail and moth? Would be the best. I mean, might as well take a look if I have. So this is Edge. Big time Edge. And this is also grail and moth. Perfect. So let's use that. It's the better card. Because something, I have a hunch that we're going to need another 12 stacks of moth influence here. The Fane of the One-Armed. An abandoned grain silo has been adopted by a secret cult honoring an odd hero. The one-armed Briton who stormed the city for the White Russians alone in a single tank. Perhaps he is now a name. Perhaps he's only dead. But those who venerate the colonel remember him. So we're going to see what upgrade this will bring me. Because judging from the circle around the card, this might be one of the biggest upgrades, actually. I'm not sure if this wouldn't be enough to start the fight with my foe. So I'm going to connect myself with the radicals. There is one certain reason why I really want to have at least one connection to the radicals or the underworld at every time, and that's because of the theft or sabotage action of my enemies. Because I really hated to lose resources in general. So we're going here. And we're needing, like I thought, needing more and more moth. So I want to have 12 moth at the end of this adventure. So it's, let's see, The Obscurity is offering Moth, of course, so I have 12 of those now. That should be enough to just defend myself. The Reckoners are now just on my heels. There's Night in Stalingrad. Don't know if I want to use that now. So, Moduli of the Langed. I don't know if that's really the end already, but it's 12 aspect. If I am to be a weapon, I must know where my soul is, reinforced by its history and where my limits become fundamental. So, learn something of the protections that my foe uses. I might be able to duel him if he were alone, and if I had some reason to believe that I could actually defeat him single combat. So, seems like the techniques I'm starting to use get strong enough to actually beat my foe in a one-on-one fight. But yeah, well, at the edge of the world, we're going to get our one-on-one fights. But the other problem is I'm still needing informations about this guy. Like, it's great that the horn axis thingy is hurting him pretty hard, but it's the only hint I'm having, and something tells me that I would be better off knowing more than one weakness of this guy. So here we go. I don't need to use any more responses to that because I've already solved that mission. Okay, so we could buy ourselves a quiet warehouse there. I'll just keep reconnoitering, or, well, I'm going to travel. So, they're trying to find me, but they're not absorbing the obscurity because it's covered by the quest card, which is good. I like to keep my obscurities. So that's a way to hide obscurities from the enemies. There we go. Safely away with my haul. Fluttering goo. Now that sounds disgusting. When I woke from the wood, this is what I found in the sealed bottle beside my bed. Why did I have a sealed bottle beside my bed? I don't know. This is having a 12-point moth influence. It's very strong. Very strong stuff. Tiflis. Alright. What's that? It's a troubled place. It's harder to purchase desirable things in Troubled City, and there may be other effects. Alright. So let's talk with Sophia here. Where is it? Where is it? There we go. There you have it, friend. And we're going to travel to Tiflis here, because I don't see any reason not to. The mother pierces, Sophia says, conversationally, tugging at her fingernails. The witch demands, and the sister dissolves. Yeah, just like you said. I didn't really understand what she said there, but I don't need to. I have now a new ally on me. So Sophia is now my 5th friend, and I'm having 5 out of 7 aspects now on me. I'm just lacking Grail and Lantern, I think. It seems to me that I'm not having a Lantern aspect. Yeah, Grail and Lantern are the only things I'm not having. So, pretty good. Theft or sabotage. So, is there anything left they could steal? Well, I have a radical connection, so whatever. Let's make some use of that money, or that lifetime I've spent, you know. There we go. And off we go to Tiflis. Cheery gramophone music drifts from Vasil's open window as I knock on his door. Vasil the Five-Goer. Now that looks like, this person looks like a Grail follower to me. Yeah. A smoothly handsome man whose unhuman ancestry is not apparent unless you know to look for his abnormally flexible fingers or wonder why his nose tends to run. I don't even want to know what that means. The Falcon King found the sulfur springs and built his city here. Now it's the capital of the Transcaucasian Socialist Federative Soviet Republic. And there are motor cars, a telegraph office, progress. Alright, so... I'm going to talk to Vazil and see what he has to offer. Pretty sure he has another job for me. There we go. Vazil shakes my hand warmly, with that boneless but irresistible grip I remember so clearly. Of course I owe you, he tells me, but I owe someone else more. My great-grandmother is here in the city, in the keeping of very unsympathetic men. If you and I can address that, I'll be free to come with you. Alright, so we're going to free your mum. That's the first time somebody asks something decent of me. I can't imagine that he's really talking about his mum. This would be Cultist Simulator. For 50 years, the secret yeshiva has taught the 4 traditions of the Bei Eli. The imprisonment of spirits, the expulsion of monsters, the conclusion of tenacious curses, and the sealing of troublesome portals. We'll have to find it to breach it. The rabbis and students will give us difficulty, and the undergoer itself may need to be subdued. So this is going to be a challenge, because I'm pretty sure that this is going to be a Grail adventure, and my Grail resources are really low at this point. Anyways, this is going to be the end of this episode, and we're going to see each other in episode 10. Feel free to drop a comment down below if you have anything on your mind. I would really be happy about any form of response. I love to hear from you guys. Apart from that, I would be super happy if you could like this video, share it with your friends, or even subscribe to my channel if you really want to make my day. Whatever might be the case, I just hope that you're coming back for episode 10, when we're starting to think about how and when we will fight our enemy. See you guys then. Bye-bye.